Hello and welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport. Last week was pretty disastrous in terms of predictions. I barely got anything right, but what I did get right was Colton Herta taking his first win for a couple of years and show Suboy winning for the first time in 4 years. So I show the amazing ability to get the really difficult ones right and the much easier ones wrong. Hence why I don't gamble. There seems to be a little less motorsport on this weekend. Formula 1 has its last race before the summer break at Spa-Francorchamps, and we also have Formula 2 and 3, the latter of which is really in the final stages for 2024. We have GB3 from Silverstone, Eurocup 3 from Aragon, and Formula Regional America from New Jersey. World Rallycross is back in action from Hungary, British Touring Cars from Croft, and Brazilian Stock Car Pro from the Autodromo Internacional Ayrton Senna. So with all that to make predictions for, make sure you subscribe and tell me your predictions in the comments below, and let's jump into the video. I feel like I have to be careful with what I say about Formula 1 now. I received a lot of very negative messages after the Hungarian Grand Prix review. The point was to discuss if there was an anti-Max bias, not that there definitely is one. But if anyone missed the point, it's because I didn't do enough to make my point clear. So that is on me. We head to Spa-Francorchamps and the race before the summer break, which I feel every Formula 1 driver needs, as it's all been getting a bit tense lately. Red Bull have definitely lost their advantage, and now find themselves in a fight with Mercedes and McLaren, with Ferrari lagging behind just a little bit. After the events of the last race, both Lando Norris and Max Verstappen have a point to prove, and they are going to be going 110% for the win this weekend. That can lead to mistakes, and as we saw in Austria, controversy, but I think it'll be a straight and fair fight between the two, with Lando Norris coming out on top. That sets the second half of the season up very nicely for us fans. This has the potential to be the best Formula 1 race in a long time. But it's not just at the front. Mercedes and Ferrari will be on similar pace, with Oscar Piastri being involved in a fight with them for the last place on the podium. I think we'll see some contact, maybe between Lewis Hamilton and Oscar Piastri. That will elevate Yuki Tsunoda and Nico Hülkenberg into the points. It will be an average weekend for Sergio Perez, off the pace again in what might possibly be his final Red Bull race. It'll be interesting to see what happens post Spa-Francorchamps, with a lot hanging in the air. During the summer break, we will see some of the seats for 2025 announced, and that may encourage some hard driving for those looking to impress. I can't wait for all the action from Belgium this weekend. Formula 2 is also taking part in the Belgian Grand Prix weekend, and at the risk of lowering the tone, it's been almost 5 years since the tragic death of Antoine Hubert. I feel it's important not to forget what happened that fateful day, and the talented Frenchman who surely would have been a Formula 1 driver if not for what happened at Spa that day. As for 2024, no one is really dominating this series. Every time someone starts to build a lead, they seem to hit a tough patch and get drawn back into the pack. Zane Maloney led early in the year, Paul Aron took over, and now Isaac Hadjar, with 10 races left, it's still not clear who's going to be in title contention. Even Victor Martin's form has greatly improved, and if he keeps it up, he could get himself back in the title picture. And his start to the year was woeful. Let's say a first win of the year for Ollie Behrman in the sprint race, and a feature race win for Franco Colapinto. That brings him into title contention. Hadjar and Aron will have a mediocre weekend, allowing Zane Maloney and Gabriel Bortoleto to close right in and give us an exciting end to 2024 in the step below Formula 1. Formula 3 likewise is lacking a clear championship leader. Prima drivers Arvid Lindblad and Gabriel Mini have been the top drivers, but have had misfortune, whereas Leo Fornaroli has been gathering points like a squirrel gathering nuts for winter, but just can't take that first win. Maybe he'll do it here with a win in the sprint race and take the championship lead, with a shock win for Noel Leon in the feature race. The Mexican is extremely talented, and I think he can go far. He's a much better Mexican race driver than Rafael Villagomez, for example, and maybe even current Sergio Perez. Further down the single-seater chain, we have 2 races at Aragon in Spain for Eurocup 3. The remaining 3 rounds are all in Spain, in fact. Javier Segura put down a masterclass at Zandvoort, 2 wins and a stamp of authority on the championship lead. He'll lose out to Bruno Del Pino in race 1 and Owen Tangavelu in race 2, but finish second in both races and keep up his championship lead, even extending it. GB3 returns to the UK after its European holiday, and we have 3 races at Silverstone. There have been 7 different winners in the last 7 GB3 races, so predicting who is going to win is like predicting which stray pube is going to get caught in the zipper. I think Polish Championship leader Timothy Kaharczyk will take the win in race 1, John Bennett will take race 2, and Mackenzie Cresswell will win race 3. But Lewis Sharp and William McIntyre will both have decent weekends, and these 5 drivers will fight for the championship with only 6 races left after we get done at Silverstone. Formula Regional America is coming from New Jersey. This is entirely about Ryan Sheehan and Patrick Woods-Toff, and again, the two will share the wins. Canadian Woods-Toff will take 2 of them, and Sheehan 1. The championship almost level pegging with 5 races to come at Motorsport in Texas. There's just no one else in this series I feel really impresses, and if they can avoid contact going off, then Patrick Woods-Toff and Ryan Sheehan will have this easily. British Touring Cars returns from its short break, and with no driver changes so far announced, Ash Sutton has fallen away in the championship and needs a really good weekend to get back into contact with Tom Ingram and Jake Hill. But Croft is Colin Turkington country, and he'll take 2 more wins. That will give some faint signs of a championship challenge that will inevitably fade by the time we hit Knock Hill. And we'll go for a first Vauxhall win for 3 years for Aaron Taylor-Smith. It looked like it was going to happen last time out, so at Croft, Taylor-Smith will win the reverse grid race. Ingram and Hill will have a difficult weekend, opening the door for Sutton to close back up, bringing Dan Camish and Colin Turkington with him for a mega title fight over the last few rounds. World Rallycross from Hungary, and Johan Kristoffersson will win both rounds. It's silly betting against him. He is almost guaranteed to win every event. No one else can touch him in a Rallycross car. And finally, Brazilian Stock Car from Guyana. There have been a lot of different winners in 2024, and some of the big guns have struggled. So let's go for a win for Enzo Elias, which I guess could be considered a shock, and another for Rafael Suzuki, who needs to get his title challenge back on track after a pretty horrendous time at Velocita last time out. I almost guarantee this prediction won't even be close. So there are my predictions for the motorsport this weekend. Will we see Lando Norris take his 2nd ever Formula 1 win and lay down the challenge to Max Verstappen? Will Turkington take his usual Croft wins? Let me know your thoughts and predictions in the comments below. As a reminder, last weekend I got barely anything right, so this will hopefully be a much better weekend for me. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the roundup next week. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.